Question 1. What does this sign indicate? A. Dangerous curve to the left. B. Dangerous curve to the right. C. Series of dangerous curves. D. Steep descent. Answers is B. Dangerous curve to the right. This warning sign indicates a dangerous curve to the right ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed and prepare for the bend. Question 2. When approaching a junction, when should you give way to traffic from your right? A. Only if there are no signs. B. At an unmarked junction unless otherwise. C. Always, regardless of signs. D. Only when turning left. Answers is B. At an unmarked junction unless otherwise. In the Netherlands, the general rule at unmarked junctions is to give way to traffic approaching from your right rule, unless traffic signs or road markings dictate otherwise. Question 3. When are goods vehicles with a maximum authorized mass exceeding 3,500 generally prohibited from overtaking on a road? A. Only when going uphill. B. When a no overtaking for goods vehicles sign is present. C. Always, regardless of signs. D. Never, they can always overtake. Answers is B. When a no overtaking for goods vehicles sign is present. Goods vehicles over 3,500 are prohibited from overtaking where specific road signs, such as the no overtaking for goods vehicles sign, are posted. Always obey posted restrictions. Question 4. What is the maximum speed limit on Dutch motorways if not otherwise by specific signage? A. 100 km per hour. B. 130 km per hour, often restricted to 100 km per hour during day. C. 80 km per hour. D. 120 km per hour. Answers is B. 130, often restricted to 100 during day. The general maximum speed limit on Dutch motorways is 130. However, between 6:0 and 19:0, it is often to 100 due to environmental regulations. Always check local signs. Question 5. What action should you take when you see this sign? A. Proceed with caution. B. Stop completely and give way. C. Give way if necessary. D. Stop only if traffic is present. Answers is B. Stop completely and give way. This is a stop sign. You must come to a complete stop before the stop line or crossing and give way to all traffic on the intersecting road or railway. Question 6. What does this sign mean for cyclists? A. Mandatory cycle track. B. Shared pedestrian and cycle path. C. No entry for cycles. D. Cycle route ahead. Answers is A. Mandatory cycle track. This mandatory sign indicates a mandatory cycle track. Cyclists must use this path if it is available and goes in their direction of travel. Question 7. When driving in dense fog with visibility less than 50 meters, what lights are you permitted to use in addition to dipped beams? A. Main beam headlights. B. Front and rear fog lights. C. Parking lights only. D. Only rear fog lights. Answers is B. Front and rear fog lights. In dense fog visibility less than 50 meters, you are allowed to use front and rear fog lights in addition to your dipped beam headlights to improve your visibility to other road users. Main beams would reflect back and impair your own vision. Question 8. What does this warning sign signify? A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. B. Pedestrian zone. C. Children playing. D. No entry for pedestrians. Answers is A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This warning sign indicates a pedestrian crossing ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down or stop for pedestrians intending to cross. Question 9. How far must you keep clear of a bus stop sign or marking when parking or stopping? A. Within 5 meters. B. At least 12 meters. C. Next to the sign. D. No specific distance. Answers is B. At least 12 meters. Parking or stopping within 12 meters of a bus stop sign or marking is prohibited. This ensures that buses have clear access to the stop and good visibility when pulling away. Question 10. What does this sign prohibit? A. No overtaking. B. Overtaking allowed. C. End of overtaking restriction. D. Minimum speed limit. Answers is A. No overtaking. This prohibitory sign means no overtaking. Drivers are not allowed to overtake other motor vehicles from this point until the restriction is lifted by a different sign. Question 11. What should you do if you encounter this sign? A. Give way to all traffic. B. Enter a roundabout. C. Proceed straight ahead. D. U-turn permitted. Answers is B. Enter a roundabout. This mandatory sign indicates a roundabout ahead. When entering a roundabout, you must generally give way to traffic already on the roundabout, unless signs or markings indicate otherwise. Question 12. What is the general maximum speed limit within built-up areas in the Netherlands? A. 30 km per hour. B. 50 km per hour. C. 70 km per hour. D. 80 km per hour. Answers is B. 50. The standard maximum speed limit within built-up areas in the Netherlands is 50, unless specific road signs indicate a different limit, e.g., 30 zones. Question 13. What does this sign warn about? A. Slippery road. B. Uneven road. C. Hump bump. D. Loose gravel. Answers is B. Uneven road. This warning sign indicates an uneven road surface ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed to avoid loss of control or damage to their vehicle. Question 14. When are you allowed to use the hard shoulder on a Dutch motorway? A. To overtake slow vehicles. B. Only in an emergency or breakdown. C. To temporarily stop for a phone call. D. When traffic is very congested. Answers is B. Only in an emergency or breakdown. The hard shoulder on a motorway is strictly reserved for all breakdowns. Using it for any other purpose is illegal and highly dangerous. Question 15. What does this sign mean? A. One-way street. B. No entry, do not enter. C. Pedestrian zone. D. Stop and give way. Answers is B. No entry, do not enter. This no entry sign prohibits vehicles from entering the road or area it guards. It is often found at the exit of one-way streets or to restrict access to certain areas. Question 16. What does this sign indicate? A. Beginning of a motorway. B. End of a motorway. C. Recommended speed 100. D. Road for motor vehicles. Answers is A. Beginning of a motorway. This information sign indicates the beginning of a motorway. Specific rules, such as higher speed limits and restrictions on certain vehicles, apply on motorways. Question 17. What is the primary purpose of dipped beam headlights during daylight hours? A. To see far ahead. B. To make your vehicle visible to others. C. To warn other drivers. D. To illuminate the roadside. Answers is B. To make your vehicle visible to others. Dipped beam headlights are primarily used to increase your vehicle's visibility to other road users, enhancing safety, especially in conditions of light or visibility, even during the day. Question 18. What does this sign prohibit? A. No stopping. B. No parking. C. No entry. D. No turning. Answers is B. No parking. This sign indicates no parking. You may stop briefly to pick up or drop off passengers or goods, but you cannot leave your vehicle unattended or stop for an extended period. Question 19. What does this sign warn about? A. Railway crossing. B. Railway crossing. C. Tram stop ahead. D. Drawbridge ahead. Answers is A. Railway crossing. This warning sign indicates a railway crossing without barriers ahead. Drivers must be prepared to stop if a train is approaching. Question 20. What is the correct procedure for changing lanes on a motorway? A. Signal and change quickly. B. Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot, then merge smoothly. C. Accelerate and then change lanes. D. Only change lanes if no one is behind you. Answers is B. Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot, then merge smoothly. A safe lane change requires thorough observation. Check your inside mirrors, signal your intention, check your blind spot over your shoulder, and then smoothly steer into the new lane. Question 21. What does this sign indicate? A. Give way. B. Priority road. C. End of priority road. D. Junction with major road. Answers is B. Priority road. This priority sign indicates that you are on a priority road. Traffic joining from side roads or intersections will have to give way to you unless specific signs dictate otherwise. Question 22. What does this sign prohibit? A. No left turn. B. No U-turn. C. No right turn. D. No entry. Answers is B. No U-turn. This prohibitory sign means no U-turn. Drivers are not permitted to make a U-turn at this location, often for safety or traffic flow reasons. Question 23. What is a recommended method for maintaining a safe following distance in dry conditions? A. 1 car length. B. The rule. C. The rule. D. Just enough to see their tires. Answers is B. The rule. The rule is a common guideline. Pick a fixed point, and when the vehicle in front passes it, you should count 2 seconds before your vehicle passes the same point. Increase in adverse conditions. Question 24. What does this sign warn about? A. Uneven road. B. Slippery road. C. Loose gravel. D. Side wind. Answers is B. Slippery road. This warning sign indicates a slippery road ahead, which could be caused by rain, ice, oil, or other factors. Drivers should reduce speed and drive with extra caution. Question 25. Who has priority at a pedestrian crossing zebra crossing without traffic lights in the Netherlands? A. Vehicles turning right. B. Pedestrians who are crossing or about to cross. C. Cyclists. D. Vehicles going straight. Answers is B. Pedestrians who are crossing or about to cross. At a pedestrian crossing without traffic lights, pedestrians who are on the crossing or clearly indicating their intention to cross have priority. Drivers must stop to allow them to cross safely. Question 26. What does this sign indicate? A. Proceed straight only. B. Turn right. C. One-way street. D. No entry. Answers is A. Proceed straight only. This mandatory sign indicates that vehicles must proceed straight ahead only. Turning left or right is not permitted at this junction or along this section of road. Question 27. What does this sign warn about? A. Pedestrian crossing. B. Children, e.g. near school. C. Cyclists ahead. D. Playground nearby. Answers is B. Children, e.g. near school. This warning sign alerts drivers to the presence of children, typically found near schools, playgrounds, or residential areas. Drivers should reduce speed and be extra vigilant. Question 28. What is the correct way to join a motorway from an acceleration lane? A. Stop and wait for a gap. B. Adjust speed to match motorway traffic and merge smoothly. C. Signal and force your way in. D. Accelerate only when there is no traffic. Answers is B. Adjust speed to match motorway traffic and merge smoothly. Use the acceleration lane to gain sufficient speed to match the flow of motorway traffic. Look for a suitable gap, signal your intention, and merge smoothly and safely without disrupting existing traffic. Question 29. What does this sign mean for upcoming traffic? A. Priority over oncoming traffic is B. Priority over oncoming traffic. C. Two-way traffic. D. One-way traffic. Answers is A. Priority over oncoming traffic is. This priority sign means priority over oncoming traffic is, indicating that oncoming traffic has priority over your vehicle. You must give way to them. Question 30. What does this sign indicate? A. Maximum speed limit 50. B. Minimum speed limit 50. C. Recommended speed 50. D. End of speed limit 50. Answers is A. Maximum speed limit 50. This prohibitory sign indicates a maximum speed limit of 50. Drivers must not exceed this speed. Question 31. What should you do when you see this sign? A. Expect roadworks and reduce speed. B. Prepare for a junction ahead. C. Expect heavy traffic. D. Road closed. Answers is A. Expect roadworks and reduce speed. This warning sign indicates roadworks ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed, be alert for construction vehicles, workers, and changed road layouts, and follow any temporary signage. Question 32. Under what circumstances is it permitted to park a vehicle partially on the pavement? A. Always permitted if space allows. B. Only if by specific road signs or markings. C. Never permitted. D. Only in residential areas with narrow roads. Answers is B. Only if by specific road signs or markings. Parking on the pavement is generally prohibited. It is only allowed if explicit road signs like specific parking signs with supplementary plates or markings indicate that it is permitted or mandatory, ensuring pedestrian passage remains clear. Question 33. What does this sign indicate? A. Two-way traffic. B. A one-way road. C. No entry. D. Proceed straight. Answers is B. One-way road. This information sign indicates a one-way road. Traffic is only permitted to flow in the direction by the arrow. Question 34. What does this sign mean for drivers? A. No entry for goods vehicles. B. No entry for all vehicles, movement prohibited. C. No entry for motor vehicles. D. Dead end. Answers is B. No entry for all vehicles, movement prohibited. This prohibitory sign means no entry for all vehicles or movement prohibited. It prevents all regular traffic from entering the road or area it designates. Question 35. When are you generally allowed to use your horn in built-up areas in the Netherlands? A. To greet other drivers. B. Only to avert immediate danger. C. To signal your presence to pedestrians. D. When approaching a blind bend. Answers is B, only to avert immediate danger. In built-up areas, the use of your horn is restricted. It should only be used to avert an immediate, dangerous situation. Unnecessary honking is prohibited to minimize noise pollution. Question 36. What does this sign warn about? A. Cyclists leaving or entering. B. Mandatory cycle track. C. No entry for cycles. D. Shared path. Answers is A. Cyclists leaving or entering. This warning sign alerts drivers that cyclists may be leaving or entering the road, such as at a junction with a cycle path. Drive with caution and be prepared for sudden movements from cyclists. Question 37. What does this sign signify? A. No entry for goods vehicles. B. No entry for motor vehicles. C. No entry for motorcycles. D. No entry for mopeds. Answers is B. No entry for motor vehicles. This prohibitory sign means no entry for motor vehicles. This typically prohibits all motorized vehicles, cars, motorcycles, trucks, etc., but usually permits pedestrians and cyclists. Question 38. What is the general rule regarding priority for trams in the Netherlands? A. Trams always have priority. B. Trams have priority unless otherwise by signs or signals. C. You only give way to trams from the right. D. Trams must give way to cars. Answers is B. Trams have priority unless otherwise by signs or signals. Trams generally have priority over other road users in the Netherlands, even when coming from the left or right, unless specific traffic signs like give way or traffic lights indicate otherwise. Always be extra cautious around trams. Question 39. What does this sign mean? A. Oncoming traffic has priority. B. Priority over oncoming traffic. C. Two-way traffic. D. Narrow bridge ahead. Answers is B. Priority over oncoming traffic. This priority sign indicates that you have priority over oncoming traffic. This is typically used on narrow stretches of road or bridges where only one vehicle can pass at a time. Question 40. Where is it strictly prohibited to park or stop your vehicle? A. On the left side of a one-way street. B. On a sharp bend or the crest of a hill. C. In front of a private driveway. D. Within 25 meters of a junction. Answers is B. On a sharp bend or the crest of a hill. Parking or stopping on a sharp bend or the crest of a hill is strictly prohibited, as it significantly reduces visibility for other drivers and creates a dangerous obstruction. Question 41. What does this sign indicate? A. Motorway ahead. B. Road for motor vehicles. C. End of motor vehicle road. D. Speed limit 80. Answers is B. Road for motor vehicles. This information sign indicates the beginning of a road for motor vehicles. These roads have specific rules and a higher speed limit than regular rural roads, but are not full motorways. Question 42. What is the primary function of ABS braking system in a vehicle? A. To reduce stopping distance. B. To maintain steering control during emergency braking. C. To prevent tire wear. D. To automatically apply brakes. Answers is B. To maintain steering control during emergency braking. ABS prevents the wheels from locking up during heavy braking, allowing the driver to maintain steering control and potentially steer around an obstacle, which can be crucial in emergency situations. Question 43. What does this sign warn about? A. Traffic light ahead. B. Junction ahead. C. Pedestrian crossing. D. Roadworks. Answers is A. Traffic light ahead. This warning sign alerts drivers to a traffic light ahead, often placed where the lights may not be immediately visible, allowing drivers to anticipate and prepare to stop. Question 44. When towing a caravan or trailer weighing over 750, what is the maximum speed limit on a motorway in the Netherlands? A. 130 km per hour, B. 90 km per hour, C. 100 km per hour, D. 80 km per hour. Answers is B. 90. For vehicles towing a caravan or trailer with a maximum authorized mass exceeding 750, the maximum speed limit on Dutch motorways is 90, unless a lower limit is. Question 45. What does this sign mean? A. No stopping, B. No parking, C. Emergency stop only, D. Loading zone. Answers is A. No stopping. This sign indicates no stopping. This is a stricter prohibition than no parking, meaning you cannot stop for any reason, even briefly, unless traffic conditions e.g. congestion force you to. Question 46. What does this supplementary sign indicate? A. Priority road ends, B. Direction of the priority road, C. Give way to all, D. Dead end ahead. Answers is B. Direction of the priority road. This supplementary plate is used with give way or stop signs to illustrate the exact layout of the priority road at complex junctions, helping drivers understand which direction has priority. Question 47. What action must you take when approaching a railway crossing with flashing red lights and closed barriers? A. Proceed if no train is visible, B. Stop immediately and wait for signals to clear, C. Slow down and proceed with caution, D. Honk your horn and proceed. Answers is B. Stop immediately and wait for signals to clear. Flashing red lights and closed barriers at a railway crossing always mean stop. You must stop immediately and wait until the lights stop flashing and the barriers are fully raised before proceeding. Question 48. What does this sign warn about? A. Roadworks ahead, B. Other danger, e.g. accident-prone area, C. Slippery road, D. Traffic congestion. Answers is B. Other danger, e.g. accident-prone area. This is a general warning sign for other danger. It is typically used with a supplementary plate to specify the nature of the danger, such as an accident-prone area, unexpected congestion, or unusual road conditions. Question 49. What is the primary purpose of electronic stability control in a vehicle? A. To help with parking maneuvers, B. To prevent skidding and loss of control, C. To improve fuel efficiency, D. To adjust suspension stiffness. Answers is B. To prevent skidding and loss of control. ESC, also known as is a safety system designed to prevent a vehicle from skidding or losing control, especially during sharp turns or on slippery surfaces, by selectively applying brakes reducing engine power. Question 50. What does this sign indicate? A. Give way, B. Stop and give way, C. Priority road, D. No entry. Answers is A. Give way. This give way sign means you must yield to traffic on the road you are joining or crossing. Slow down and stop if necessary to allow other vehicles to pass safely.